Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakal Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of GMS, as well as the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, this lesson is going to go into the love of many, right, out here in Cali, the wild, wild west. And this is just the start of a crazy year. Today is the 24th, right? And we can go straight to Matthew 24. And let's see, where we at? The love, right here. Yeah, we'll just start at 12. And we'll go in. Let's read it in the KJV first. What's wrong with this? KJV. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? New King James. And because lawlessness will abound, sin will be rampant everywhere, the love of many will grow cold. Increase of wickedness, multiplication, lawlessness will be increased. Okay? Iniquity shall abound. And because of the abundance of evil, right? Evil will spread and cause many people to stop loving others. Okay? And this is what we're seeing right now. All right? What will the body count be? And because of the prevalent disregard of God's law, the love of the great majority will grow cold. Abounding of the lawlessness, all right? So with that, let's take a look at Cali. First, let's get Cali. Kali, right? Let's get this real quick. K-A-L-I. What comes up? Not that. Oh, that's YouTube. Salakia. Give me non-YouTube. Wikipedia will do. Let's go K. See what comes up. Okay. Kali. Okay. Kali, also referred to as Mahakali, Bhadrakali, Kalika, right, is a Hindu goddess who is considered to be the goddess of ultimate power, time, destruction, and change in Shaktism. In this tradition, she is considered as a ferocious form of a goddess, Madivi. Okay, da-da-da-da. The Kali of Kali Yuga means strife, discord, quarrel, or contention. Okay? And Kali Yuga is associated with demon Kali. Right? So we're going to call this lesson California. Right? All right, good enough. Good enough. Look at all that. Strife, discord, quarrel, contention. Right? Crazy. All right, so we go here. It's right up the street. Cartel style execution leaves 6 dead in California. Fornication. Okay. 6 days ago. Okay. 6 days ago. So there's 6 on the death toll just in California. So let's listen to a bit of this. This is live now from Fox. 6 days cartel-style execution.
View of what brought us here today. At 03:38, early morning hours of Monday, the Tulare County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to a home in the 6800 block of Harvest Road in Goshen. Multiple shots have been fired.
Goshen Junction, or Goshen, right? That's where Israel used to live over in Egypt.
Mentioned before that people reporting the shots fired believe that there was an active shooter in progress. Deputies arrived on the scene exactly 7 minutes later. When they arrived, deputies immediately noticed 2 victims dead in the street. It was later learned that the 911 call actually came from a surviving victim of this shooting. They had not received any injuries from a shooting. They were hiding. Deputies then found a 3rd shooting victim in the doorway of the home. As deputies searched the area, they found multiple victims in the same area at the scene on the property. There were victims both inside the home and outside of the home. We're able to...
Psilocy-Ops. Sounded like some Charles Manson type shit. Okay, the massacre. Carry on.
We're able to identify those victims today and provide those to you. Many of you have already discovered who they are through social media. I would caution you, please don't be listening to factual information from social media.
Look at that. The love of many shall wax cold. Look at that. 16. What is this? 18 months? 16. The love of many. All right, so let's move on. That's in Goshen, just Tulare County. Okay. Let's go here. So there's 6. And let's go. Where do we go? I want them individually. So let's go Tran. Let's go Monterey Park Tran. Okay, this is Moab doing this too. Okay, 1 day ago. And he's dead. Let's see. We're going to go with it. Let's go here. The Guardian.
You've been asking me about motive. We still are not clear on the motive. The investigation continues, and that is something we are all extremely, we want to know. We want to know how something like this, something this awful can happen.
This is 11 now, okay? How could it happen? The love of many shall wax cold. 10 people were killed and at least 10 injured after gunmen opened fire in a dance studio in Monterey. This is in LA, okay? It's not in Monterey. Half Moon Bay is near Monterey. I don't like that.
Today, the sheriff's homicide investigators, working alongside all of our law enforcement partners, were able to confirm the identity of the male inside the white cargo van as the suspect in the mass shooting that we had in Monterey Park. As Torrance officers pulled behind the vehicle, the white van entered a shopping center parking lot. When officers exited their patrol vehicle to contact the occupant, they heard one gunshot coming from within the van. Officers retreated and requested several tactical teams to respond. 2 armored vehicles responded and were able to restrict the van's movement. Our sheriff's SWAT team approached and cleared the van.
Look at that. You see what's coming? You see the military stuff? Look at this. Is this the police? Look at this. All right, look at the just the image alone. Let you know what's coming.
And determined the suspect sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wound and was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators conducted a search of the vehicle and determined the male inside the van was the mass shooting suspect. During the search, several pieces of evidence were found inside the van linking the suspect to both locations in Monterey Park in Alhambra. In addition, a handgun was discovered inside the van.
Now wait. I thought that this guy was taken down at the second shooting site. He was disarmed. Did he get away? Huh. Got to do a little research on that. Because he went and shot up the one spot, the Lili, and then he went to the next spot, which was associated with the Lili, dance studio, if you will. And it said that the owner's son of the Lili happened to be at the other dance studio and disarmed this guy. What, did he just walk away?
The suspect has been identified as Hu Can Tran.
Who can Tran?
He is a 72-year-old male Asian. I can confirm that there are no outstanding suspects from the mass shooting incident that occurred in the city of Monterey.
Nobody else had nothing to do with it. It was just him. That's what they're telling me. Okay. Disarmed by owner son. Bear with me while I do a little sleuthing right now. Let's see, man who disarmed Monterey Park shooter because something came over me. So how did he disarm him? And is this it? Is this the disarming right here? And then he gets away? What is this? Stopping the shooter. I thought he shot himself. Which one is it? It's 22 hours ago. Okay, so this is him disarming him. They got it on. Looks like they got it on film. Let's see. And then he just got away. It's a lot. Makes sense. It's got to make sense.
Investigators hunting for answers in the horrific Monterey Park massacre, scouring the alleged gunman's home for evidence.
We're looking at all criminal history, mental health history, and see if it impacted what occurred here, the motive.
Law enforcement sources telling ABC News the 72-year-old suspect, Hu Can Tran, had no known criminal history before authorities say he opened fire at the Monterey Park dance hall on Saturday night.
Toucan Sam.
The woman was inside when gunshots rang out, saying her dance partner was killed while shielding her as they hid under a table.
After the shooting finished, he left, and then I called my partner. Wake up, he don't wake up. After that, I realized he already at the back, bleeding.
10 people lost their lives, 10 others wounded, some still hospitalized. Authorities say about 20 minutes after the shooting in Monterey Park, the suspect entered a second dance hall in neighboring Alhambra. Exclusive surveillance images show him armed with a semi-automatic assault pistol. 26-year-old Brandon Say wrestling the weapon away from him before he could injure anyone else.
What is an assault pistol? What is an assault pistol? A semi-automatic assault pistol. That would be your regular 9mm Glock. It's a semi-automatic. But what makes it an assault pistol? That's funny.
When he started prepping the weapon and something came over me, I realized I needed to get the weapon away from him, disarm him, or else everybody would have died.
SWAT teams later.
Okay, so, and then you let him go. You disarm the man. You got the weapon now. You didn't hold him at gunpoint until the cops came, Mr. Hero Guy? That don't make no sense. Where is it that you say, and then he got away? And then he bailed. Where's that part? Okay? Something ain't right. Hold on.
Before he could injure anyone else.
When he started prepping the weapon and something came over me, I realized I needed to get the weapon away from him, disarm him, or else everybody would have died.
SWAT teams later surrounding this white van about 30 miles from where the gunman first opened fire. The suspect barricaded inside, engaging in a nearly 2-hour standoff. Police say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
So he just had several weapons there because he got the one he got snatched from him. He just had several weapons. Come on. I don't know.
Investigators are now trying to figure out what relationship the alleged gunman may have had to the victims. Domestic violence is one of the scenarios that they're looking at. Rena Roy, ABC.
It's too convenient. Let's look at the comments. The brave guy said he deserves. Gentleman who stepped up and disarmed the side deserves respect. But what about holding him at gunpoint so he didn't get away? Nobody's saying anything about that. You just let him go? Something came over me. Magazine fed semi-automatic assault pistol. Let's see. Right, Richard. Assault pistol. The Wall Street Journal, in an article today, called it a magazine fed. Of course it is. Semi-automatic assault pistol. All semi-automatic pistols contain ammunition and a magazine. Do you see what's going on here? Something else. There's more to this. They're sensationalizing this. There's no other place to put it. Assault pistol seems to be a new term coined by the media, since they are all using the term for the first time in connection with the shoot. Do you understand? You're supposed to be not ignorant. Okay? Somebody, okay, 11 replies. Let's look at the replies. It says, only because the suspect didn't use a media-identified assault rifle, so they had to come up with a new label to fit their narrative. Do you understand? An assault rifle, yeah. I've never heard of an assault pistol. Okay? Semi-automatic, that's any, so any semi-automatic pistol is an assault pistol. Come on. There's something else going on here. Why would they do that? Okay? This is the definition of propaganda. Information designed to influence opinion. Here we go. I just assumed he used a flintstock. Oh, a flintlock pistol. Glad the media cleared that up, right? Probably because he had an AR type of pistol, not a typical semi-automatic pistol. What? I don't know why it matters, because there's no such thing as an assault anything, because everything can be used to assault another, even a pencil. There ain't no such thing as no assault pistol. Okay, sorry. Now, there's, what do they call that thing? A Draco, which shoots 7.62. and it doesn't have it's not a rifle. So is that an assault pistol? What assault pistol did he have? Name it. You could call anything. First of all, an automatic, right, is an assault weapon. Semi doesn't mean anything. Everything is semi-automatic. Mental illness becoming semi-automatic assault pistols. What does that mean? A handgun? You understand? So I am so waiting for them to call a fully automatic assault knife attack next. That's hilarious. So waiting for them to call a fully automatic assault knife attack next. That is crazy. Yeah, seriously, what the fuck is a semi-automatic pistol? Like every pistol is semi-automatic. The memes are are a freaking reality. These journalists are dense propagandists, knives with unlimited ammunition. Now, I haven't seen anybody say that they let the guy go. You took the assault pistol away from him and then let him go. Did they just use the term semi-auto assault pistol? Where does the line of distinction begin or end here? That's not even a family of firearm. There is no branch of development that coined such a phrase in the history of human conflict. There exist machine pistols. There exists personal defense weapons. There are pistol caliber carbines. There are semi-automatic pistols that function normally as any other that can accept the aftermarket accessory of a larger capacity stick magazine, which most of the time induce higher rates of stovepipe malfunction. Shock troops on either side of the Great World War I would sometimes arm themselves with a Mauser broom handle pistol that top fed with striper clips. These soldiers were sometimes coined the term storm trooper? Storm, or could be described as assault troops, but their sidearms weren't. Point I'm trying to make here is quit crowding an already very complex issue with false buzzwords. Concentrate on the crux of what happened here. Yeah, what happened here is you disarmed him and then let him go. Right, so let me get this straight. The gun is wrestled away from him, then he dies of a self-inflicted wound. There we go. You understand? Right. 4 replies. This may be a crazy thought, but maybe he had more than one. That's not the point. He kills himself. Possibly, but then why didn't he use it? Especially after Brandon took the gun away he was using. Right. At that moment. Maybe the extra gun was inside it. Well, I mean, no. No. How come he just didn't shoot Brandon up? Right? How did Brandon get the drop on him? If you got a machine, an assault pistol, how do you get it taken away? How do you get disarmed? It just don't sound right. Anyway, so that's number 2, Slovakia for taking so long. Okay, so that's Monterey Park, and then Let's get this. So we had Goshen, we got Monterey Park, Psilocy. I'm going way long with this, but it is what it is. Now the one where this guy gets taken down and slammed. I want to see that. All right. So, Psilocy. This is ABC News 10 hours ago. Exclusive video shows police takedown. All right. Now, how'd they get the takedown? Look at them. Somebody's standing there filming this whole thing. A camera crew set up.
Another deadly mass shooting in California today. A gunman opening fire at 2 locations in Half Moon Bay. 7 people murdered. A news camera right here rolling as the man police say pulled the trigger was swarmed by officers and taken into custody. Investigators say he had driven to a sheriff's station and that's where he was arrested. Deputies arresting 67-year-old Chun Li Zhao. They believe he worked at one of the murder scenes and may have been a disgruntled employee. Investigators say one of the shootings happened right by a local school and children witnessed the killing. Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great AB.
Okay, so this is the Half Moon Bay. He took down 6. So 6, 11, and 6 is what? That's 12 and 11. 23? Right? Okay, so now let's watch this. Now you tell me what's going on in this situation right here. This lady. Okay? Now, this lady got 6 mics stuck in her face. Crime scene tape behind. Look at how perfect the shot is set up. Right? And she is an actress. Right? She's an actress. Clearly. Woman parked next to Half Moon Bay shooting suspect describes dramatic arrest. Of course she did, because she's sitting there with the guy with the camera waiting for the police to show up and then gives this elaborate, cool, smooth report of everything that happened. Oh, well, she was just sitting there, happened to be there, her and the guy with the camera. Not the cell phone, but the camera. Listen close to what she says and look at her demeanor. Glasses cocked up on her head. Right? Just watch. Watch the acting.
And then he got out of the car, and eventually he was taken down to the ground by them.
Did you see anyone else in the area? People who might have been working in the area?
There was a photographer that was standing near me. Other than that, there wasn't really anyone. Everyone has been told to kind of go inside and shelter in place. And
except for her and the guy with the photographer. Not a cell phone. Okay? What the hell do we got going on here?
a lot of people were not out.
Katie, we were talking a little while. We were talking a little.
He seemed calm and quiet, and he was just quiet. He didn't react much when he was taken down. It all happened very calmly.
Katie, we were talking a little while ago, and we were discussing. I mean, they were looking for a maroon SUV with a male in it, and that is the arrest that was made. A male was in there. Knowing the gravity of everything, what are your emotions now, knowing that this is a person who could have possibly been involved in these other cases? Haven't gotten confirmation of any of that yet, but your thoughts?
What I know, the reason I came down here tonight is because I am part of the agricultural and food systems community here in town, and like the rest of the nation that's under a lot of pressure, these folks are under an intense amount of stress in their everyday lives coming from a multitude of directions, and it results in incidents like this. And
there it is. Okay, this is about food. Okay, and why those people were taken down, probably not by this man, probably by somebody else, and this is the cover story because she is giving you a whole scenario. Well, it's probably because of this. Right? She's got everything to say.
so I came down here to find out what I could about like the situation and why this has happened. I hadn't expected to get quite that close to it. That was a little.
Why, what? Oh, because the people got shot and then you just happened to be right there? The people got shot in different places, so you came right there to where this nigga, right there where there's a camera crew, and you're right there to tell the story.
Close for my comfort, but it amazes me that we're under this kind of stress and that it's come here into Half Moon Bay, a very quiet agricultural community at the heart of us.
You mentioned you are part of the agricultural community. I know it's early, but have you heard from anyone else in the community who might have recognized this person at this point?
I haven't. I've seen some postings that everyone that down at the soil farm was, all of their employees were safe.
The soil farm? I thought it was called the Magic Mushroom Farm. You'll leave that part out? The Magic Mushroom Farm? Huh. Maybe somebody had something to say about the Magic Mushroom Farm, right? Maybe they wanted to go public with it and they were cut down before they can get the word out.
At the mushroom farm I passed on my way into here.
The mushroom farm, you forgot. You forgot the word. There's one word that changes. She said mushroom farm, did she not? Wow, I missed that. What I didn't miss was she didn't say magic. What is a magic mushroom?
All of their employees were safe. The mushroom farm I passed on my way into here, and knew from some reports around town that, in addition to me passing it, that it was likely involved. So
describe that moment one more time, and we came up and we're live now, but describe that moment when you came back to your car and police had signaled to you at that moment to stay away. What did they say to you, and how close were you to him and your car?
I was, my driver's side door was alongside his, so I was on the passenger side of it trying to get something out of my passenger seat. So I was a car away from him, but I was still incredibly close, and he was very quiet about letting me know. I was trying not to alert whoever was in the car, so it was subtle.
They told you to what, stand back? Were there guns out at that point?
Not yet. No, they pulled their guns once the photographer and I were clear of the scene.
The what? They pulled their guns once you and the photographer had a clear shot.
To what, stand back? Were there guns out at that point?
Not yet. No, they pulled their guns once the photographer and I were clear of the scene.
You mentioned friends or colleagues at other farms. Do you know anyone who was involved in this or may have seen what happened?
No, I don't. But I worked here at the farmers market that's right on this site, literally, where this incident happened, and where the takedown at least happened. And
the takedown.
So I know a large number of the folks in this town growing stuff, and all the folks trying to make a living off of it, and the community at large. I have a good relationship with them.
You work
growing stuff. Okay, that's enough. Okay, let's look at this real quick. Let me see. Magic mushroom farm. Magic mushroom farm, huh? What comes up? 13 hours. See, we don't see anything about magic mushroom. Inside world's largest magic mushroom farm. Is this in Half Moon Bay? Utah man grows success. Edible mushrooms. What's going on here, folks? 7 killed. California community. Suspect arrested. It says, community of Half Moon Bay after police found 4 victims shot and killed and 1/5 wounded at the Magic Mushroom Farm. Huh. One is at the Magic Mushroom Farm. Multiple employees, deputies. Something is going on.
Showing up on
Slovakia. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I'm just sleuthing right now, so bear with me.
California is dealing with its second mass shooting in just 3 days. 7 people were killed in the coastal city of Half Moon Bay, that's located 30 miles south of San Francisco. Now, it comes as another victim of Saturday's shooting at a dance studio near Los Angeles has now died. That brings the death toll up to 11 people. Shel Medina reports.
Not 11, you forgot. Okay, so there's 11 in Monterey Park, and then 6 here. That's 17, plus the other 6 in Goshen. Okay, add it up.
The quiet was shattered Monday in the Northern California coastal community of Half Moon Bay after police found 4 victims shot and killed and a 5th wounded at the Magic Mushroom Farm. 3 more victims who were killed were discovered at another business about a mile away.
This is a devastating tragedy for this community.
The suspected shooter, 67-year-old Chun-Li Zhao, was arrested roughly 2 hours later in a sheriff's substation parking lot. The sheriff's office says the weapon used in the attacks was found in his car.
Zhao is believed to have acted alone, and there is no further threat to this community.
Investigators are working to determine a motive. That incident in Half Moon Bay comes just a couple days after a mass shooting here in Monterey Park near Los Angeles. Outside of City Hall, mourners brought flowers and candles to honor the victims of Saturday's tragic shooting during a Lunar New Year celebration.
We will get through this. We are strong.
A vigil was held last night to remember the now 11 deceased victims, all over the age of 50. Among the dead are Star Dance Studio owner Ming Wei Ma and Fonda Kwan's 65-year-old aunt, Mei Mei Nan.
shot her first and then proceed to go inside to shoot everyone else.
Police say an attempted second shooting at the Lai Lai Ballroom was prevented when the owner's son, Brandon Say, disarmed the shooter.
I'm feeling well, have some trouble sleeping.
Investigators say the Monterey Park suspect, 72-year-old Hu Can Tran, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound Sunday as the SWAT team closed in on his van.
All right, so enough. One thing is for sure, that shit is crazy. Anyway, keep your eye on proceedings. What we'll do is we'll close on this right here. This is Sirac 5. All right, because you just can't believe whatever you believe. This is looking like gun control, you know. If any of this is real, all right. Maybe the execution style situation might have been real. The other ones, they don't really add up with all of the hoopla around it. All right. It would probably deserve a little more investigation, if you will. So this is Sirac 5 and 15. Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small. Okay. I would say gun control, but hey, the love of many is waxing cold one way or the other. We'll see what the numbers look like at the end of January, huh? So with that, we hope that the elect were edified. Sorry for going so long. You brothers and few sisters with that, shalom.